Good evening and welcome to Rony's Tuesday Fun Race. This is the 375th event and the first of the 2026 season. My name is Kieran Redman, and joining me this evening in the commentary box is my colleague Xibin.
Hello, Kieran, and to everyone watching, Happy New Year.
Indeed. Happy New Year, everyone. We hope you had a very fun, festive period. Tonight, we are supported by the entire Sim broadcast team, and this has been headed up by our colleague Martin Kapal. So thanks to him before we get started at the top of this. Tonight, obviously, we will be taking over Rony's Tuesday Fun Race for the 2026 season. Do not worry, you can catch all of your favourite commentators here at the Sim Broadcast YouTube channel. 2026 is a year of big change. You will notice there at the top that we have a prize pool of €250 running for this season, which is, again, everyone here at the Sim Broadcast team would like to thank World Class Lions for their continued support of the RTFR series. 2026, however, is a big year of change for the RTFR series. Gone is the split season format we know and love, and in is a new and packed 25-round championship. This championship will be running every other Tuesday starting from today, and it's a free sign-up that you can join at any time. But you will notice on the screen right now, December the 22nd, we have a special one-off 400th running of Rony's Tuesday Fun Race, which has its own prize pool supported again by World Class Lions of €50. So be sure to get on the forum and sign up to that if you want any more information. Plenty of the team members will be on hand. Tonight, we head to the land of the rising sun, to the Kyoto Ring North reversed. That's 3.2 kilometers or 2 miles if you prefer, with 15 turns in total. This is a fast circuit that will require commitment and bravery to maximize a good result. And we have scheduled for 21 laps following a 60-minute qualification, which has already taken place. For this evening, our drivers will be using the RB4 GT 2-litre turbocharged inline-4 engine. It's four-wheel drive, so expect good traction off the line and expect those cars to wallow out as the lines extend in those fast-flowing corners. 1,210 kilograms with 243 brake horsepower. This race is going to be all about momentum. What do you think of the car, Xibin?
The RB4 is really good for rally. It has a lot of torque, and it's really fun to drive on road tracks, but it's quite a bit slower than the XRGT, XRE, and the FXO, which is the other combination for turbo cars. Yeah, you can go, Kieran.
Yeah, it's going to be a really cool car to watch our drivers get to grips of this evening. For those uninitiated, this is a spec series, so everyone has access to the same vehicle and is notified of it at the exact same time. You will see the drivers' standings as they sit. We have Gabba sitting in pole. That's the end of last season results for 2025, with Gabba taking the victory over Thamuli, Macau and Unite and Manchester, your top five, with series organizer Rony rounding out the top six. You will see some very well-known faces from the Live for Speed community, and we will now head to the quality results and see if we have those same faces repeating, and we do indeed. It is Laguga topping the timesheets this evening with a time of 1 minute 30.56 seconds, narrowly beating out Gabba, who himself is only just ahead of Unite. Twin Cam and Su4 will be rounding out your top five. And then down there in P6, we have 6-9, and then B2-136 rounding out P7, Macau in P8, Thamuli in P9, last year's runner-up, and B-Tug in P10. We have Yanni Katila in P11, and we run down to the end there with Katila in P11, Sumo in P12, Rayman P13, Katila again in P14 as well, with series organizer Rony running in P15, Magic P16, Martin P17, Motor Macari running in P18, Guy in 19, and Manchester rounding out our top 20. 27 cars in total for this evening. Kianko in P21, Red Lucas in P22, LG Mice in 23, Ghostface in P24, Hachiroku in P25, ROG E30 in P26, and Hermani will be rounding out the top 27 and propping up the table with a time of 1 minute 35.5 seconds. So our grid is set, Xibin. Who is your money on early doors for round number 1 of the 2026 season?
I would put all my money on Gabor, actually. He's a great driver. Unless someone comes faster than Gabor, it seems like Laguska's got the pole position, so we'll see how he will perform the race.
Indeed, we will. Obviously, both stablemates, part of the same team. So it's a front row lockout for them, respectively. We've got some fantastic liveries. I'm already eyeing a Castrol livery there in P2. The lights go red, and we hold them now. And it's green and go here at the Kyoto Ring North. They stream away from the start-finish straight as they head down towards turn number 1, all following in single file. But we have some aggressive moves being made at turn 1 with some ambitious dives up the inside. We've got cars going 3-4 wide and contact at the rear, Xibin.
Yeah, I think that was Kinako who just touched the wall there, and now we're looking at Unite. Also, there's no lead change, but they are really packed up into this oval section.
Yeah, we've got high banked curbs here at Kyoto, but the head aren't heavy into the braking zone. It's going to be really tempting for a driver to throw the nose up the inside there, make some really good aggressive moves. But our leaders run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They come through the quick left-right-hand chicane as they now head onto the back straight. It's Laguga from Gabba, from Unite, from Twin Cam, from Sufal, from 6-9, from B2136, your top 7. As we have a look there from our P5 man, that's Sufal looking for opportunities there. Nothing doing for him, but he does have the overlap as Twin Cam, I believe, there is running wide on exit. There they now go through side by side. They come through the next complex of chicanes now, and where you can see the characteristics of the car, them weaving around left and right, four-wheel drifting from the four-wheel drive nature of this vehicle, but relatively clean from what we can see here. Unite has a bit of a run here on Gabba. It's Impreza versus Castrol, two iconic liveries reminiscent of the rally days of the WRC. It's Sainz versus McRae. This is brilliant stuff here. Gabba, we're on board with him now, looking back at Unite, who is always going to be a feature in whatever car you put him in whatever series he runs in, as they now dive and complete lap number 1 and turn into the first turn, and through turn 2 they go. Everyone's being very well behaved, Xibin.
Yeah, really packed. I think they are respecting so much between other. They know that they don't want to win their races. As we're looking right now at Michael Malek following up for B2R 136, and yeah, I mean, also, I think that was a bit of contact with Nalu and Tufor on the rear bumper. We were seeing him taking the grass right there on such a curb. Well, such a curb. I think we can say that. And looking at the Mully's mirror, I think that's behind Gatsila.
Yeah, what a great camera angle here we have from Thamuli looking back on driver's left from the wing mirror. We have a beautiful dive up the inside. That's a great move there. On Sufal there, I believe. Brilliant stuff from him as he falls back in one position. Our lead pack are not breaking away from the vehicles. Everyone running very single file. This is why the RTFR race is so great every other Tuesday. You have really close racing from everyone, from the top and the best of the best that Live for Speed can offer, also from wily newcomers looking to make a name for themselves. Keep an eye on the timing sheets as we see new names rise to the top. So far, they run Laguga, Gabba, Unite, Twin Cam, 6-9, Sufal, 136, Michael, B, Tug, Thamuli and Katilla round out your top 11. And there we have Mad Jester running in P19, bringing up the rear of this lead pack. 20 vehicles, pretty much inseparable, running down there. Just under 5 seconds covering your top 10, with Thamuli propping up the first 10 drivers. But I love the addition of a banked corner here, which is what you get at Kyoto Ring North. A couple different lines to be taken here. Look at them getting as close as they can, maximising the exit as they go heavy on the brakes and dive down the hill, utilising the camber of that bank turn through the chicane. And we're just getting in our ear that Redman is looking for a bit of a move further down as he continues his march up the timing sheets.
Absolutely, I think that car is Hachiroku. If no, never mind. That is a Rayman with the Mulio. Yeah. Okay. So looking back again into the Mully, trying to trying to catch the cars ahead of him, and
Yeah, Famuli is a brilliant driver. He obviously won our just now past Retro Cup for the Prototype 1 category, so he is always a very, very quick peddler. Currently looking to try and make some moves to get himself up the order of the top 10. Speaking of making moves, we have on board with Twin Cam now, looking at the back of 6'9", who runs in P5. That white and purple livery there, looking menacing as they go over the start, finish straight to start lap number 4. Seeing that Laguga might be pulling away ever so slightly, and as I say that, their Twin Cam is hanging onto it for all it's worth. Again, four-wheel drifting, a real characteristic of this car. They may look slightly simple, obviously, in terms of a power to weight ratio, but again, these cars are all about momentum. It needs to be carried forward. As we're hearing, Mad Jester is having a look on Steve in that trademark orange livery that we know and love from him here, and Steve has gone through on Mad Jester, but Mad Jester is trying to hang on around the outside, and he is through. As we look on board with him now, looking back towards, I'm just trying to work out who that is. We've got Guy, we've got 3 cars here fighting for position. This is the battle for P17. 3 cars running in as we go side by side. Is there an opportunity here to claim another position? There we have Mad Jester filing through with Guy and Martin there, all fighting over that position. Great stuff from them as we have Mad Jester running wide, getting it all crossed up, but utilising the rally pedigree of that fantastic RB4 GT. And Martin makes a fantastic move with a brilliant send up the inside. Great stuff there. Lovely to see. Brilliant move.
What a great drive, what a great dive from Martin, as we've seen our guy back again into Martin. And once again looking at Unite and Gabor, they are the nicest skins for me, and we'll see him if he's going to dive in the first corner, which I don't think it's going to be a best idea here. So we're looking a bit more of gap right now, but yeah, into the front bumper of Unite we're looking at. That was quite close.
Very close indeed, Xibin there. You're tempting fate saying that I don't think he's going to make a dive for it. Don't say anything about Unite. Yeah. He'll take any opportunity that he can. He was looking there to put Gabba under pressure there. This fight is not over, and while that's all happened, Gabba's been able to extend his advantage ever so slightly over Unite and reel in Laguga. I'm unsure if he's had a bit of a sideways moment there, maybe off screen. But speaking of, if we cast our eyes further back, we have a big send up the inside of 6'9" there. Brilliant stuff by Sufor as he throws it up the inside. These two have been fighting since the start of the race. This is the battle for P5, I believe. Sufor versus 6'9". They go through side by side through this, and that is Nanaluka looking on his way round the outside, but Sufor holds the inside there. Nanaluka, we ride on board with him now. He is looking for any opportunity he can to take advantage of that position, but again, he's lost a little bit of time through there. He put the pressure on, but it was defended well by Unite. There, Nanaluka is looking to exert himself into the top 5 position. Don't look anywhere, that battle will be continuing. And while we say that, we have B2 also closing in on these two. Again, as they fight, as Nanaluka there just running ever so slightly wide, taking a bit of a different line through there as he looks to maximize his exit as he begins to start lap number 5. So far, your running order is Laguga, from Gabba, from Unite, from Twin Cam, from Sufor. Your top 5, and Gabba is throwing it up the inside. Brilliant move there, fantastic stuff, and they are holding it side by side. Gabor is looking for any position he can on Laguga. Obviously teammates here, stable mates, they won't want to make unnecessary contact, but that is opening the door for our 3rd place man Unite, who is going to steam through into P2. Brilliant stuff as our top 3 continue to fight, Xibin.
Absolutely, and also we've seen right now Twin Cam peeking out onto now Gabor's back bumper, and also we are seeing as well the Unite trying to battle on Laguskus.
Blink and you'll miss it. You can throw a blanket over our top 4. They are side by side. There's a bit of contact in the braking zone there. Nothing too egregious as they hold it round the outside. What a move. Brilliant stuff from Unite. An amazing run, and somehow, some way, he's managed to make the outside work as the outside becomes the inside. He clips the chicane, and somehow, some way, Laguga is hanging on to that as well. He's not willing to let pole position go. That's brilliant stuff, but here comes Twin Cam. Our top 4 are refusing to let this go. Again, it's anyone's guess. A cheeky look there from Laguga as he's trying to hold these back. 3 are coming back through now. You have to see who is going to take this as we head to start lap number 7. Our top 4 very much separating from themselves right now as we have the running order over the line. It is Laguga from Unite, from Gabba, from Twin Cam. Well, take your pick. I don't really know who to go for here. They're all so quick. They're all got advantages in different parts of the track, but the 4 of them they're just waiting for someone to make a mistake, but the pressure is on and it is building. Who is going to crack first, Xibin?
We have the top 4, by the way. They are getting, they are making a lot of distance between the rest of the grid, and I think that possibly we will have to see if Gabor is going to go first to the pit lane, because I think he's been pushing so much that his front tires, which is very critical on this kind of track, are going to be really hot for the end of this race. So we're looking right now at Twin Cam, on board with Twin Cam, and okay, that was a nice exit from Unite.
Yeah, Unite did that on the last lap. He just tried to get the overlap again, but couldn't quite get it. Laguga shutting him down on the exit. But again, really respectful racing between our top 4. They're all allowing each other to play and have fun and look for those advantages where they can. There is prize money on the line, and these 4 want to get their season off to the best start possible. And look at the gap that they have grown. 4 seconds the advantage over Michael and Sufo running in P5 and P6. These 4 are in a class of their own. But the battle continues further down the grid with those aforementioned drivers. Michael in P5, and right on cue we have splitting 3 different lines over the start finish straight. 136 is powering round the outside there past Sufor, and he dives into the turn 1. He's going to slightly overshoot, which will open the door for Sufor to throw his nose. But again, no opportunity there for the counter attack. There are battles up and down the grid. There is something for everyone at every skill level here at Rony's Tuesday Fun Race. 21 laps was the total that we had. We are nearly at half distance. 8 laps have already gone. I can barely breathe, Xibin.
Absolutely, this is a really interesting race, as we're looking right now at the leaders battle. The top 4, well, top 3 right now, they are battling side by side. They are doing a very nice job keeping us entertained, and we're looking right now at Gabor doing that was almost side by side for between Gabor and Unite, as we've seen as well at Twin Cam, if I'm right, yeah. And yeah, it's really interesting though.
Yeah, our top 4 are inseparable. This is the incredibly rare RB16 GT 16-wheeled edition. These 4 coming in 4 different colour schemes. Again, look at the unique lines that they're taking through that final corner. Unite sacrificing a little bit of track position, but getting a better drive off the exit to protect himself from Gabba in that fantastic Castrol livery, which is an early contender for the one of the race. But we have Katia here in P11, just trying to hold off Redman, who is running in P12. Redman from other seasons is incredibly fast. I'm just hearing in my ear that Katia has actually just got through on Redman. Redman will not be taking that lying down, as Steve Mann is running wide there as well in the white RB4 GT there, just rejoining now mid-pack, having lost a couple of positions. But at your front, it's still Laguga from Unite, from Gabba, from Twin Cam, and I certainly want to be putting any money on this, but I did ask my colleague Xibin. Who did you back again, Xibin? Remind me.
I did bet on Gabor.
Well, you still have a horse in the race. He's running in P3, and he is looking and threatening to make a bit of an upset here. 9 laps have gone, and 21 are your total, so not much time to go here, as the 4 of them all continue to separate themselves from the chasing pack. Xibin, you made a fantastic point. Of course, tyre wear will play a factor in this, and while the top 4 are certainly sailing away from the pack, and they're driving really aggressively, how quickly are they burning through those tyres? Could they be compromised at the end of the race? And will the advantage that they build over P5 be enough? We'll have to wait and see. But this season is full of thrills and spills, and we have B-Tug there just running slightly wide, and he has rejoined there, as there's a little battle forming here between B-Tug, Thamuli and Sufor. I believe your top 3 there. This is P7, P8 and P9 respectively. There is a overlap there there for B-Tug on Sufor as they cross the start-finish straight side by side, but Thamuli in P9 will be sat there threatening, waiting to take advantage, ever the opportunist here. As they head into the braking zone, both will have to take slightly compromised lines, but again, a real characteristic of the Kyoto Ring North. You can hang it round the outside and carry the momentum through. It's Sufor is hanging on, and both of them being so respectful, and Sufor cutting up the inside, but while that is happening, Unite has made a dive for the lead, and he's gone deep, which is going to allow Laguga to cut back across him again. They're side by side through the chicane. This battle is not done yet. Who dares break first? Unite is up the inside, and Laguga is being pushed wide, which opens the door for Gabba, who is in P3 and looking to take advantage and head to P1. This is brilliant stuff as Laguga now tries his best to hold on to P2 with his fingernails. He's lost the lead, but he hasn't lost this race. Lap 10 of 21. Laguga is looking to get the overlap on Unite, but nothing doing there. Unite leads from Laguga, from Gabba, and the ever-present Twin Cam, who we ride on board with right now, looking at that fabulous Castrol-inspired livery of Gabba. One of these men is sat here ready to take advantage, but look in the background. Michael in P5 is only 3.4 seconds behind. That gap is coming down as our leaders continue to fight, continue to scrap, continue to burn through their tires. The chasing pack will catch up. This is getting very intense, Xibin.
Yes, we're just looking at Unite being bump drafted by Laguga, and also that I found something interesting is that Twincam had a few chances, but he hasn't taken it. I think that's some kind of strategy to try to get the lead at the end of the race.
Yeah, he's like a shadow lurking there, following them, never ever present, but waiting for the opportunity to take advantage of what he can. He's sitting in P4 looking incredibly comfortable, certainly on pace with the other three drivers, but just not risking as much as he needs to. Potentially he's going to have a final spurt in the latter quarter of the race. It's lap 11 and your top five is Unite, Laguga, Gabba, Twin Cam and Michael there on screen. You can see P5 with a brilliant move up the inside from Laguga. He wants his race lead back, but Unite is able to hang it around the outside, keep his foot in and keep the momentum as he sweeps across the nose of Laguga. Unite hangs on to the lead by the skin of his teeth as again they all break into this heavy braking zone, and he is running ever so slightly wide, and there's contact on the exit there. They're banging doors. This is proper touring car racing. We absolutely love to see it. Unite, Laguga, Gabba and Twin Cam are fighting for this as they head side by side with the chicane. Unite thinking better of it, opting to fall back behind Laguga as he takes over command of the train of cars here. The RB16 rages on as they cannot be separated. We've got four of the best drivers in the Live for Speed community, all in the same vehicle with the same age tyres. What more could you want for a Tuesday evening as they head over the start-finish straight to start lap number 12?
Absolutely. So now we are going to the first corner. This one is going to be a bit quite critical if someone leaves a gap, as we're looking at Twincam trying to get an overlap into Gabor, which that was impossible, but still he's still in the slipstream of Gabor, which might help him in the later on the race, as we're looking at Unite jumping on the curb right there. That was quite funny.
Yeah, they're maximising, they're taking the DTM philosophy to the curbs, take as much as they can, but everyone is just maximising this track. It's a touch big for these vehicles, which is why we're seeing so many moves around the outside. Of course, that comes down to the respectful racing amongst the drivers within the community here, but it also comes down to the track characteristics. Again, it's a very wide track, the space for four, maybe just about 5 vehicles on certain sections of this track, but right now on board with Laguga, who leads this pack of 4 fast cars. We might need a 5 track width, car track width for these 4 vehicles here, as we have Motu Makaru making moves up into P10. This is a proper scrap going on here for P10 overall. We've got 5 cars scrapping for position. Thamuli is in P8, I believe, up there as well. Oh no, apologies, similar liveries there as well. It's got Thamuli in P8 and Motu Makaru hanging on to P10, trying to prop up the top of the timetable as he looks back now. 4.6 seconds the gap to P9 as he goes it wide. There's 2 big sends up the inside, but again, nothing doing. That was Magic and Katia looking to take advantage there now, as Katia is looking to defend from Magic, who in turn is defending from Sumo, who is in turn defending from series organizer Rony. You can see in the vibrant green vehicle there at the rear. We have 2x2 Noah's Ark into the first corner as we have contact there in the first corner between Katia there and Magic as they were both pushed off there. Magic just found himself the victim of that there as the battling for positions continues to rage on. Nothing malicious there on track as far as I'm aware. It's just two guys going aggressive into the braking zone, but that fight continues for P10. Magic now looking at the back of a three-car battle that he once found himself involved in. There's more contact in the braking zone. Katia runs wide, which allows the door open for Rony. That also brings back in their Magic as he now looks at the on board with Katia, who is looking at the back of series organizer Rony. Certainly want to be making friends with him. You don't want to be annoying him, so expect Katia to be making a nice clean move if he can as they now sweep through the section here. Heavy on the brakes. Rony getting four-wheel drift into the braking zone. Lovely stuff from him as all four vehicles wash wide there on exit. These four are competing for P10, so while we have battles raging through the grid from P1 all the way down to the lower paying positions. At the front, it is still Laguga from Unite, from Gabba, and the ever-present Twin Cam, as Gabba is thinking about making a move here, opts to back out there, not wanting to throw it up the inside just too early. Again, this is a long season with prize money on the line at the end here, and we're getting the year that Magic is having a go at Yari on the start-finish straight. They run side by side to start lap number 14. Who dares break first? We have flashbacks to the previous lap and what happened there. Their Magic is running in deep. Katia is going to chop his nose off there, but they're both going to give each other just about enough room. Katia, they're sideways on exit, can't quite put the power down. Magic dives for the inside and more there in terms of curb, and they're still side by side as they head onto the banked turn, Xibin.
Yeah, but now he's on the inside. That means that on the oval section he will have the best advantage, and now we're looking at the nice position gain, nice move from Magic, and now we will see how Katia will respond to that.
And while that battle rages on at the front, we have Unite sweeping around the outside of the chicane. He wants a victory on lap 14 of P21. He's going to try and establish himself the leader of this group. They're all being incredibly respectful, and Gabba is now making his move to P2. He's looking to challenge for the lead. They are side by side into the final turn of lap number 14. That long sweeping right-hander expertly captured by our man in the sky, Martin Kapal. Brilliant stuff there, Martin. We loved that. All four of these guys are fighting tooth and nail to claim the first victory of round number 1 of the RTFR 2026 season. Who wants to take home the big trophy of the 375th running? Well, it could be any one of the top 4, but let's cast our eyes back to the P5 man, Michael, 2.4 seconds behind, and he's about to join this train. It says heavy contact in the braking zone there. Didn't know if that was a calamity of contact through there, but Gabba certainly got very sideways, able to gather it up and keep going. But here is Twin Cam looking to take advantage. Again, he's just been quietly lurking here. Xibin spotted this early. Is there an opportunity for Twin Cam to take more positions? We'll have to wait and see. The point I wasn't able to finish earlier, Xibin, obviously there's prize money involved in this, which isn't paid out until the end of the season. And while you certainly can't win the prize money here in race 1, you certainly can lose it. These points matter. These points definitely matter. And the last thing you want to be is losing a top 4 position in a race like this and losing all of those points when those points differences matter at the end of the season. So important to be consistent throughout a season, Xibin.
Absolutely. So we're talking about a really big prize pool. So we're speaking of the guy who's going to finish first here will have more chance to finish with 80 euros, as we're looking right now. Laguskas taking once again the lead from Unite. That's a really good battle between them, and now we're looking at let's see if Unite has more momentum, but he's not going to send it apparently. Yeah,
Laguga's thinking about how he's going to spend that 80 euros if he wins, but Unite wants to take it off him. He thinks this is my tab and my round. I'm going to pick it up, not you. But here they are. They keep scrapping away. Door handle to door handle, front bumper to bumper, nose to tail. You cannot be separated. And there he is. Michael has caught up to this lead group. We head into the final quarter of this race, and it is a 5-car scrap. or the victory here at Kyoto Ring North. Reverse, we ride on board now with Michael, who is in, as you can see on the dash, third gear as he heads through the chicane now, sweeping through that fast left-hander. He finds himself the final prop at the 5-car battle. I was making the joke before, this is now becoming an RB20 GT car with a 20-wheeled race. It keeps getting longer. Who else is going to join? We'll have to keep an eye on BT if he fancies joining. However, at 5.6 seconds a gap, I don't know if there's enough time for him to catch up. It is going to be one of these 5. Laguga, Unite, Gabba, Twin Cam, Michael, your top 5. Who is going to take class honours? Well, we'll have to wait for the final 5 laps to find out. But the battle rages on. Twin Cam is lurking. And speaking of lurking, Gabba is getting up close and personal with the rear sponsors of Unite. Gives him a bit of a bump, sends him into that final sweeping right-hander. He is now looking up the inside of Laguga, who runs it wide to get a better drive off the exit. But the overlap is there. He will have the inside line into turn number 1. Sweeps across the front nose of Unite. So much trust involved in this. Heavy braking zone into turn 1. These guys all trust each other, that no one's going to make an ambitious send, lock it up, try and get an extra 10 metres on the braking zone. But speaking of an ambitious lunge, Unite is looking up the inside, but nothing doing there. Speaking of lunges as well, we've got B-Tug here fighting away with B2, B2136, as they keep scrapping away, and they're scrapping and bumping each other, and Famuli is lurking there. P6, P7, P8 all up for grabs. That's a big point swing that could matter at the end of this season. This is great stuff here as these 3 drivers all jockey for big points paying positions. It might not be the victory, but these points matter, Xibin.
Absolutely, as now we're looking at Gabor doing the really good job, to be honest. We have to point out that they are really, really close. I think until top 13 they are really close, excluding Motimokari, but we're also looking right now at Unite on the outside of Laguskas, doing on the chicane section. Requires a lot of momentum. And
this is huge, Xibin. We've got traffic also coming up as well. We're going to have a blue flag situation as we have 3 cars all dive in position. Your man Gabba up the inside, contact on the front right rear quarter panel as they both scrap and all take different lines. It's 2x2 Noah's Ark style over the start finish straight. This is great stuff from these guys. Brilliant drivers at the top of their game in one of the best racing platforms on the planet. 5 drivers scrapping for the lead. Lap 18 of 21. They all dive in. It's nearly 3 wide for the lead into turn 1, and somehow, someway, they all keep it clean and away. Twin Cam is still lurking. Has he got something in reserve? He's been the 4th man here of the group, and sweeping across the front is Laguga. Blue flags are waving for our final runner, who is doing a great job of getting out the way. We salute you, sir. Thank you for not getting involved in this, because you now have a front row seat to one of the best scraps of the year. Here we go. It's the 6th of January, and we have got one heck of a race on our hands. It's Laguga from Unite, from Gabba, from Twin Cam, from Michael, your top 5, and any one of these men can take it. Who is going to start their year off with the best season possible? And we have a spinner, our back market in the background, just getting a slightly sideways, clearly overwhelmed by the amazing racing that he is seeing here. Top 5 runners, all taking slightly different lines through that sweeping corner that's produced so much action this race. Michael running slightly wider than others, getting a couple wheels on the grass. We don't have anyone going 2x2 wide here, but this is where we're going to see, Xibin, as you mentioned earlier this race, who has been keeping something in reserve, who's kept the powder dry, who is going to make an ambitious lunge on the last lap. With racing this close, this is going down to the wire, Xibin.
Yes, now we're looking at 136 taking the lead of the group, but we are looking right now as well into Molly, which he's well, getting more closer as well with Redman behind. We're looking at the small overlap with the Molly into 136. We'll see if the first corner is going to keep it, as well as Redman launches inside. That's contact. And for the next corner, 136 has the inside, so we'll see how this ends, Kieran.
Yeah, Rayman inserting his left quarter into the door side of 136 there. All three of them getting up close and personal with each other, trading paint and body panels. There won't be a straight panel left on any one of these three vehicles. There's again sweeping round and a big knock into the driver's side there from 136, giving a bit of a receipt there to Thamuli on entry, but I don't think he was aware of the ambitious lunge there from Rayman in turn number one. What a great scrap these three are having for P8 overall. Apologies, P7, excuse me. Thamuli currently heads up the three of them, but again, it's anyone's race. And speaking of scraps, we have Rony here scrapping for P13 with Sumo here as well. But don't discount Kildenko in P14 here, who is looking up the inside of series organizer Rony. That's a really big late sweep across the rear bumper of Rony. He was certainly getting a good green swipe across the nose of him there. Slightly sideways was Sumo there, but just about managing to hanging onto it there, as both of them taking a little bit of curb and more. Well, all three of them now taking curb and more. They're trying to get every advantage that they can as they keep sweeping left and right and across and down we go as we head onto lap number 20, your penultimate lap. And again, it is Laguga who is opening up something of a little bit of a gap over Unite from Gabba from Twin Cam, and Michael finding himself in touching distance in P5. It is going to be one of these four. Xibin's bet was Gabba. I've been quietly been able not to get away with mine, but what I cannot say and what we could not predict is the amazing racing that we have had this evening. All five of these guys have been on a different pace from start to finish. All five of them with an opportunity to win, and all five of them, fingers crossed, will be starting their seasons with a big haul of points regardless of their position. But when it comes down to tonight, who will be the victor in the 375th running of Rony's Tuesday Fun Race? We will have to wait and see. Xibin, do you think Gabba can do it?
Right now, at this point, I don't really like it. It's I believe that it's between Laguga and Unite right now. We will have to see if at least Gabor gets into the second place, or an unexpected person right there with Gabor doing what, peeking in, peeking out, looking for his chances. But we'll see. We'll see. I think we have a bit more of a race. Yeah, I mean, until they cross the final lap on the start-finish line, the race is not over.
Absolutely not. The race is far from over. It is the final lap of the race, and it could be the first. These five have been welded together from start to finish, particularly our top four runners. It's Laguga from Unite, from Gabba, from Twin Cam. This is it. Who's kept their powder dry? Who is going to have one last roll of the dice, one last spin of the motorsport roulette table? We'll have to wait and see. Do the racing gods favour Laguga? Do they favour Unite? Do they favour Gabba? Do they favour Twin Cam? Or will everything come up green for Michael? We'll have to wait and see. Again, our drivers, as the sun begins to set over Kyoto Ring North, are looking to start their season off as best as they can. They're all tripping over each other as they try to maximize as much as they can through the chicanes. These points will matter at the end of the season, but you can certainly lose this championship with any silly mistakes, and the drivers will be thinking about balancing consistency with the glory of victory as they head now into the braking zone. Nothing doing for any of them now. There's probably one more overtaking opportunity coming up here. It's very much looking like it's going Laguga's way, but Unite is sat there lurking, and don't discount Gabba or Twin Cam. We'll have to wait and see. The draft is on. Laguga is getting slightly out of shape through there. He's inviting Unite to make a go as we head into the final turn. There's a bit of a sideways moment for Laguga, but he hangs on to it. They're all taking different lines. It's a big lunge from Unite. Can he make it work? It doesn't seem to be happening there, but he's got the overlap on the left, also the right rear quarter panel there now. It's looking like it's going Laguga. Laguga is going to take victory. It's a drag race to the line. I may have spoke too soon. It's an amazing finish over the line.
Oh, finish.
My word. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Oh dear, that's... Oh my word. That was an amazing finish. I didn't expect that they would have done that already, but it's really looking right now at our finishers, Rayman and 136. But yeah, what an amazing finish! What a start of the year! What a start of the season, Kieran.
This is what we can expect from Rosie's Tune's Fun Race. And of course, you don't just have to watch, you can compete in this as well, should you wish, as we look at Katia, who crosses the line in P15. And behind him, Hermione crosses in P16 as well. Also, P19, apologies, over there as well, with a best lap of 1 minute 36.28. Your final finishers, it's Laguga from Unite, from Gabba, from Twin Cam, from Michael, your top 5. What an amazing race. And just as the screen will come up now to show us our finishers, take a look at these margins. Laguga with a final race time of 32 minutes 46 seconds 0.8, with a gap of 0.069 seconds. I can't even begin to think of an example of how short that is. 4 drivers within 3/10 of each other as they crossed the line. Brilliant stuff. Again, it's Laguga from Unite, from Gabba, your top 3. Twin Cam narrowly missing out on the podium positions, 0.289 seconds, with Michael running in P5, B-Tug P6, Thamuli B2 136, Rayman and Magic rounding out your top 10. P11 was Moti Makari, Kill Nako in P12, Sumo in P13, Rony, series organizer, in P14. He'll be incredibly happy with the replay of this, I'm sure. Mad Jester P15, Guy P16, Martin, Katia, Hermione, and LG Meese rounding out your top 20. However, your last runner and finisher was Hermione in P19.
Yeah, and I think Sulfur is missing as well. So we've got many retirements. I think there was 3 cars, exactly 3 cars. So we had Nalu, we had Sulfur, and we have Ghost. So yeah, these guys were the last 3 or 4, if I'm right.
I'd have to go back to the qualifying results, but yeah, I think there was obviously an incident on turn 1, lap 1, and we didn't quite catch up. And from there, obviously with the nature of these cars, quite difficult. As we've got some very interesting celebratory donuts from I'm just trying to work out who was in that car there. I think it was Unite there, spinning and doing his best disco spin. The perks of 4-wheel drive, as we say. We can only imagine what the level of dizziness will be in that car. And it's a fastest lap, and a shout out to him, Twin Cam, your P4 finisher, finishing slightly off the podium with a 1 minute 32.08 seconds. A really competitive lap time there as well. And that, Xibin, rounds out the 375th edition of Rony's Tuesday Fun Race. And what a race it was. And hopefully that will be setting the tone for the rest of the year.
Exactly. We have to remember the generous amount of money on this sponsorship. So once again, reminding you that the total prize money is going to be 250 euros. And yeah, I mean, Laguskas has got the best chance to make that possible for the end of the season.
Certainly, Laguga has given himself the best shot he can and the best start that he can for claiming that prize money. And again, a big thanks to World Class Lions for their continued support of Rony's Tuesday Fun Race, and they're getting everything that they're paying for and more. Brilliant stuff from them as well. As you can see there, 250 euros in prize money. And again, it's not too late to sign up if you do fancy joining in. This was simply round 1 of a 25 season. Again, no sign-ups required. You are free to join whenever you like, and with racing like that, why would you not want to? You're going to race alongside with the best of the best, and there's something for everyone here from top to bottom. And again, with so much action at the front, we were not able to show off as much as we could at the rear, but again, great racing from start to finish. Your next race will be in 2 weeks' time again, and for more information on that, keep an eye on the Live for Speed server for Rony's Tuesday Fun Race to find out as much information as we all receive it. Xibin, any final thoughts for today?
It's been a real amazing night, and obviously I did not expect that they were so close. I think none of us would have expected. Maybe it was a bit awkward to see how close the qualifying times were, but honestly, I think it's a good way to start the year.
Couldn't agree more, Xibin. What a great first broadcast for myself this year. It's been an absolute pleasure again to work with the team at Sim Broadcast, and of course our man in the sky, Martin Kapal, leading us from behind. Thank you so much, Martin, for your hard work, and thank you to you guys for joining us this evening, and to the racers on track as well for providing us with such great entertainment. And lastly, a big thanks to Rony again for organising a brilliant championship every other Tuesday. And again, thanks to World Class Lions for their continued support. More on them and the more information in the forums in the coming days. But with that, and myself, Xibin, and the entire Sim Broadcast team, thank you so much for your time. Have a great evening, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.